Congress has already indicated that it will vote soon. It will vote soon on an aid package to try to help the citizens of Oklahoma. Again, $2 billion worth of damage, 13,000 homes, 30,000 people displaced. This is a tricky situation for Senator Tom Coburn and Senator James Inhofe, Republicans from Oklahoma, because they both voted against similar aid for Hurricane Sandy, the storm that caused tens of billions of dollars of damage up and down the Northeast last fall. Here's Tom Coburn speaking on the Senate floor after the Sandy destruction when he was explaining his vote against Sandy relief because he said it did not have proper offsets in terms of other government spending. He wanted certain cuts in government spending, and because he suggested that this was filled with pork and that all this was contributing to the debt. Here's Senator Tom Coburn from after Hurricane Sandy.
The debt bomb in this country is going to explode, and we're going to be held accountable for it. Whether you're still here or not, our lineage, our reputation, our history as senators in this Congress is going to come back to us.
So when Tom Coburn was asked, are you going to support federal aid for Oklahoma? He suggested it's not necessary. It's not necessary to pass new legislation because there's already some $11 billion available. Well, that's a little bit disingenuous, Daniel Marins, because the $11 billion that is available is from the Sandy package that he voted against that has not been spent. So, yes, there is some money that is currently available, but the idea that he says, oh, we'll just tap that money when he voted against it seems a bit strange.
Yeah, I mean, David, look, I give him credit in the sense that Tom Coburn, regardless of what you think of his ideas, is known up and down throughout his history as a man of principle. He's Dr. No. I mean, he is a medical doctor. He's an obstetrician gynecologist. And he also votes no on everything because he is so adamant in his belief that government spending is ruining us all. And here again, even when it comes to his own state, no need to allocate new money. And yes, you're right, David, it is hypocritical in the sense that he's he's calling to use unused funds there. But he has said to the effect, the 1995 bombings in Oklahoma City, I was in Congress, we paid for that, we offset it and paid for it. Now, the fact of the matter is, this may not pose a practical obstacle now in this particular case, that replacing or offsetting these funds might not delay the aid. We know that with Sandy on the East Coast, when it came to New York and New Jersey, it did. It did delay it for 2 months because they were insisting on offsets. And that to me is what's despicable, because he's consistent here in his principles, but his principles are just downright wrong. And that is that when there's an emergency, you think about how you're going to pay for it afterward. We have enough credit where the creditors aren't at the gate to the point where the wealthiest country in the world can't afford to set aside and allocate and appropriate some billions of dollars to help people experiencing grave need. And that's just a values difference, David, between many of us and folks like Tom Coburn.
Indeed, and when Tom Coburn says that the debt bomb in this country is going to explode, he has absolutely no idea what he is talking about. As we've proven in segment after segment, Tom Coburn's way of thinking about the deficit has already imploded. His theory does not hold up. It does not work. Folks, do not be concerned about the debt bomb. And oh, by the way, if you are concerned about the deficit, I don't know, maybe we should be a little more concerned about, say, the money that we've been spending in Iraq and Afghanistan as opposed to the few $billions that we're going to spend to help other Americans who are in need right now because our home was just destroyed by a natural disaster. I'm getting angry. We're going to take a break. Lighten things up. We're going to talk about James Rosen and Fox News and the Obama administration's alleged war on journalism. Great show coming up. Daniel Marins has more second hour about the latest from Bangladesh. Take Action News updates next hour. You're listening and watching the Take Action News on We Act Radio.